Welcome back to the next episode of the Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. Today's episode will be leading us back to the Asylum that you start the game at. Depending on how good of a run it is, this might end up being a shorter episode. But we'll just wait and see, because I've had good runs and bad runs here. Last episode we got through the Undead Burg, got our mace up to +5, got our faith to 26, so now these lightning spears basically one-shot anything that we need done. First we gotta get back to the Insane Asylum. What you want to do is before the elevator stops, come to this level right here. Get over to this spot right here.
Left your channel.
Usually there's a spot right here to let you know. And you roll onto here. You go up the stairs. Careful not to fall. Any drop here will most likely kill you. And then you're going to curl like a ball and wait. Excuse me, just need to check.
User left your channel.
After you wait long enough, this cutscene should happen. Now we are back to the Asylum of the Undead. As you can see, Torch is really hurt. You want to rest at a bonfire as soon as you get here. That way you don't have to climb back up to the top of that tower. As you can see, there's a new friend here. That's the difficulties of trying to take him on with a slow spellcast. So to fight him, we'll do the old-fashioned parry or backstab. Yeah, that hit. Well, once again, this shows why it's better to be patient in this game. I got greedy and wanted to see if I could land a lightning strike while he's getting up. Starting today's episode with a few extra deaths. And make sure this episode lasts at least 15 minutes, right? Parrying is hard at first. I'm still not very good at it. But you're not going to get better unless you practice. And these are the best guys to practice on. Very slow attacks. Helps you learn the window to do it. And there are shields that make it easier to parry as well. Here, unfortunately, is our old friend. He's gone hollow here. Alright. Now we have access to another shield. This will be the shield for a lot of magic attacks. And you see, it blocks 80%. And also, just the design on it's real nice. Once again, the ball's still there to ruin anyone's day. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So you always gotta be careful with those guys. You might be able to take them out in one shot, but if you don't have any poise, you can get stun locked to death. We're gonna reset the bonfire anyways, so make things a little easier on our end. And we'll get this. A ring that will be very useful later on down the road. attacks, we go back to the bonfire area. Instead of going to the bonfire, we are going to go this way. One last thing to take care of. Greedy. If I just get my shield up for that third attack, there would have been an opening. Luckily, we didn't die too far away from here. This time we won't try anything special. We'll try to get a few lightning spheres off and then just parry and backstab. That is a stray demon. We'll be fighting that in just a minute. Now collected the peculiar doll back at the area we were at before. Taking care of that, time to get to the boss. First thing first is you want to make sure you're full HP. A lot of his attacks when you're at this point can really hurt. This might be another patience is better than damage, but we're going to try to use all our lightning spears to make this go by faster. That's what we get for trying that route. There is a better way to do this. It takes a little bit longer, but you don't have to worry about getting hit by that magical explosion. It's a strategy that was used on a particular boss back in Demon Souls. Fortunately, I was facing the wrong way and couldn't block it, and it was just in range of it. But it's not a big deal. Just take every death as a lesson. Sometimes the lesson needs to be taught twice. You want to get underneath the boss so he doesn't do that attack. And we're getting real unlucky with the AI just wanting to hug the wall. Once you get the boss in the right spot, if you just fight right underneath of him, he won't do that attack. Apparently, the trick is to get him to do that. He'll alternate between this attack and an attack where he sticks his staff in the ground and causes an explosion. As you can see, we don't do near the same amount of damage, but we can live the shots. They are real telegraphed. And once you get him doing a rotation of these two moves, the only way you should die is by being too greedy. So, you never want to fight this creature at range because his little magic blast thing is too strong. Rinse and repeat this for a few minutes and he should be dead. Now, if you have a bleed or poison weapon, this should go by a lot faster. This build doesn't do that, however, so it's going to take a little bit. Took some chip damage from that last fall, so we're going to heal up instead of attacking. Every once in a while he'll get out one of those, but if you're rotating between attacks, you should be able to get out of range of it in time. this is a greedy one, and we're able to get out in time. The bigger weapon you have, you'll have an easier time actually making contact with them. So for people doing like a halberd or a claymore at this point, you'll have a much easier time actually landing all your hits. I have defeated this boss using a bandit knife. It really helped having the bleed effect. Bleed really speeds up processes if they actually suffer bleed damage. If you're concerned about not wanting to do this for too long, you can come back and do this at any point. We're just doing it now, that way I don't forget about it. Be greedy and go for a second hit there. Yeah, if you keep them around the center spot, if you have a shorter weapon, staying on top of the mountain will actually help you hit the target. This fight, it might be better to not even lock on at all, as a lot of time the camera angles will get you killed, especially this boss. Instead of attacking, gonna heal up just in case. We still have our heal miracles. We should have the window to heal if he does the charge attack. But the HP we were at, it was better to play it safe. We might be in trouble here. Alright. Now that we've got him doing that attack. If I remember correctly, there is a chance for him to drop a weapon called the Demon Hammer. So if you're someone who's trying to get that weapon, it'd be the Stray Demon or the demon from the tutorial that you'd be getting that from. Again, to heal up, we gotta get him to do one of his longer attacks, like the charge up right here. Normally I would have kindled the bonfire that we use, so we had more Estus Flask. But that's just another mistake in me being greedy for this fight. Luckily, we're going the Faith build, so we have heal to work with. now we are in a bit of predicament. He's backing himself into a corner. We did it. That is another boss defeated. We got a Titanite slab, which I believe is the first time. Yep. To speed things up, we're going to use a homeward bone. We'll leave the asylum, and that's where we'll end this episode. Now, some advice I would give that I'm going to ignore because I'm greedy. Right after a boss fight, spend the souls. That way if you die right afterwards, it doesn't hurt as much. However, as you saw in the last episode, there are miracles that we need to buy that require a lot of souls, which is what we're going to use these for. You just have to survive the torchbearers and get back to Firelink Shrine. Play it safe. Make sure they die in one hit. And it should be smooth sailing the rest of the way. There is an NPC in that nest that will take in items to trade in. I don't know what items get what. I usually have to look it up. But for now, we return back to Firelink Shrine. Now we just have to safely get back to the ground. And if you are impatient, you can drop down here, and you should live. Here you are, back to Firelink Shrine.
Oh, miracle?
As you can see, I only got 3 of them left. I'm not too concerned about them. The other 2 spells are much more worth it. We already have a talisman. This one isn't worth getting. As you can see on the parameter bonus, the scaling is worse. So the one we have right now is currently better.
Come again. The effectiveness.
So now we have a few new spells we can work with, except we need more slots attuned. So our next few levels will be working on improving that. Let's see if we can attune some spells. We cannot at the moment. So the next few levels will be going towards that. this will be the end of the episode of the Asylum. Next episode, we will be heading to Darkroot Forest, if I remember correctly. That's it for today's episode.